Okay, so welcome back to our channel, guys. Welcome to another episode of our podcast, and welcome back to Sai Shriya Adventures. So, this is a new type of topic that we are also trying, and I personally I like listening to a lot of these crime murder stories, and I'm I really enjoy it. So I was looking up random topics, and I was wondering on what we're going to do for the podcast this week and all that. Like, just random thoughts were running through my head, and I decided that we could talk about a serial killer trio, two sisters and one mother from who are
Okay.
from India. This is an Indian case because
When was it though?
so their crimes were in the span of about 6 years, from 1990 to 1996.
This is an old one.
Yeah, it's pretty old.
Okay.
It's
So
pretty
are they
old.
still alive?
Yeah, they're alive. So one of them, the oldest one, was born in 1973, and the younger one was born in 1975. The
So they would
mother
be like
passed away.
okay. So these people are around like 50s, 40s.
Yeah, they were born in Pune though.
So where was it? The
They
place?
were born in Pune. All these were also done in around their locality only.
Uh-huh.
And so these two sisters, their names were Seema Gavit and Renuka Shinde.
Shinde. Okay.
So I
Very
personally,
quiet variety,
I
huh?
don't think I ever heard of either one of them. They've been convicted for a while now.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, so their crimes basically they revolved around little kids.
No, three of them.
Yeah, all three of them.
Like, what was their age when they were like killing?
Uh, I'm not sure. I think they were around like in their 20s.
Okay. That's so weird that her mom is also so involved in this.
Yeah, the mom was very involved.
Don't you think it's the mom who, you know,
So
like
I
what?
no, no,
Sorry.
what were you saying?
Don't you think it's like the mom? You know, you when whatever you see, you tend to do the same things when you're growing up. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
I guess.
Don't
But
you?
see that their crime, I don't. So according to what I researched, their crime wasn't mainly about killing.
Mm-hmm.
It was more about looting and stealing, pickpocketing.
Oh, so they're not
So, it was-
serial
so,
killers.
they were like petty thieves, small criminals, but they kidnapped over 13 children, out of which they murdered five of them.
Oh boy, okay.
Within the span of 6 years, they murdered five kids and kidnapped 13 children.
So it was, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So was it for ransom? Was it for satisfaction in the serial killer terms?
So what I read was basically they would go to these big cities, and they would uh, do these random thefts. They would steal from people, and little kids, when they witness something, they're going to talk about it around, because kids don't
Yeah,
really like, they don't know
they
anything,
don't have filter. I know.
so
They
they're
don't
gonna
have
tell
filter,
people.
they don't have anything.
Yeah, so they're gonna tell people, they're gonna go around, they're gonna blab, they're gonna, and you don't know who's gonna listen, because you never know who is going to tell who. So if you tell your
Yeah.
parents, the parents would tell the police and all that. And obviously these people don't want to get caught.
So they targeted children, the innocent
So
children.
yeah, so every time they saw a kid that witnessed their whole stealing and all that, they would go and kidnap that kid. And I don't know, I guess the whole killing thing was random because they didn't kill all 13 of the kids, they only killed 5 of them.
And also one other thing, it could be anyone who's witnessing the crime, like the burglary.
Yeah,
Then
but
why they only
I think,
targeted kids?
I think that this is only my opinion. I think it's because kids are more like more valuable. Like they're more
Like for
innocent.
ransom?
Yeah, so people they would pay to get their kids back.
But then they killed these people.
I don't really know why they killed the kids, but I do know that they killed 5 of them. And
Hmm. It's still a
so,
lot.
yeah, killing even one kid is horrible
True.
because
Literally.
this story involves little children. So they had a whole life ahead of them and everything.
Obviously, they're
Yeah,
such an innocent souls.
these people weren't
Why would
very
they
good
do
people.
that?
Yeah.
So how did they pretend in the society?
I think
Like, were they?
I think they were just like hiding around. You know, people who knew them would think that they're good people.
Hmm. But
But
they're not.
yeah, so obviously they're not.
Obviously.
They apparently, so
That's
they
such
stayed in a
a.
very deserted place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think their mom had a pretty unhappy background because from what I read, their mom, she had Renuka, the older daughter, and she
Hmm.
married a truck driver.
Okay.
But
Okay.
once Renuka was born, the truck driver abandoned them, and he just fled
Oh,
Pune.
oh boy. Then these people were born in Pune, right?
Yeah,
So these everyone fled to Pune.
no, the father left them.
Okay, to where?
That
For
doesn't.
what?
There's not much history about the father.
But the three girls are like the three women are like come from pretty disturbed background.
Yeah, so the thing is, after Renuka was born, so this is before Seema was born. The 2 years before
Mm-hmm.
Seema was born. So obviously Renuka
Okay.
doesn't know anything. She's only a 2-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
So what she would do is they would the mother and the daughter basically lived off of stealing and all that.
Oh,
Yeah,
like
and
so this started even like when she was really really young.
yeah,
Okay, such a weird thing that a mother can do is you know
yeah,
take her to
raise a
Stephen.
yeah. I don't think the mother took Renuka to steal, but they survived off of stealing.
Okay, so
Yeah, but
that's the.
the mother ended up remarrying again to a retired
Oh,
soldier.
retired soldier from.
Yeah,
Okay. Oh.
she remarried a guy named Mohan Gavit, who was a retired soldier. And
Hmm.
I want to get my fact right, so I'm going to read it off of this.
Retired soldier means that person is very old.
Yeah.
So she
So,
married really
so
old
the
man.
mother's name was Anjana Bai.
Oh, the okay.
And so,
Anjana Bhai.
yeah, so it says Anjana Bai later married Mohan Gavit, a retired soldier, following which Seema was born in 1975.
Okay.
Yeah.
She married off to old man, and then
So yeah, she married a retired soldier. Seema and Renuka weren't actual sisters. They were more like step sisters. I can't hear you.
can you hear me now?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that if like she married to like a retired army officer, I'm sure they have like pretty okayish money.
I mean,
And
they should, but I don't. This is back in the 1990s, so I'm not really sure how the payments or the like
but I
all
mean,
that were.
I'm sure they're like
But I'm
pretty.
sure they
I don't
had
know.
enough. They had enough to not have to steal. But I think it's because more like once you start a habit, it's very difficult to get rid of that habit. So, because
Yeah.
of the history of crimes, it says Anjana Bai's history of crime, mostly petty thefts and pickpocketing, resulted in repeated police harassments.
Oh.
Yeah, so police were they caught them. They caught them eventually. They were arrested and everything. But
Do you know the women are treated very bad? Used to be treated very
oh
bad,
yeah,
badly in the police station. A few were raped.
yeah,
Did you?
yeah.
Yeah, I've
I
heard of
think
that.
yeah, it happened a lot.
It happened a lot, especially during the late 90, something like that.
Yeah, I think
I remember
back
this one case. Yeah.
like really long ago.
Yeah. But there was this one case in Bihar where things got very serious, and the Indian constitution had to change the articles or something.
Yeah,
How the
now females can't be arrested if a lady constable isn't
yeah.
present.
That's when the
Previously, it
rules
wasn't like
changed.
that. Previously, it wasn't like that. Previously, a male can just go and arrest a female.
Yeah, which was misused most of the
Yeah,
time.
and it was
And
really
also
dangerous.
also I think at that time there were not many women police officers.
Yeah, I don't
You
think so.
get the point?
I don't think many women wanted to be. Even if they wanted to, they weren't allowed to.
True. It was a very,
But
I think,
now we have
yeah,
more
it was such
freedom.
a conservative. Yeah, for sure. It's good that everywhere women are like that. But continuing the story, so
Yeah.
she still
So,
did petty
yeah,
thefts.
yeah,
Didn't
and
the
plus
husband
because,
suspected?
but after, like even the previous thefts and everything, they caught up to her, and there was a lot of conflict with police and all that.
Okay.
Yeah. So especially the mother, she had a lot of conflict with police, and her second husband also left her.
Because how she behaved, or
Yeah,
is it
because
because
I'm pretty sure it's a lot of stress. So the second husband abandoned her and her daughters, and he remarried someone else.
wait, that's so not fair. I mean, I get it, but then the you could have at least took care of your daughter.
I mean, yeah,
You
he could have at
know.
least stuck around for the daughter, but I don't think at that time he was
I
really
mean,
thinking properly.
also, I okay, I get it. You leave the wife because whatever she's
But
doing,
I think,
obviously.
but there's a thing where until you're a certain age, the child has to be with the mother.
I mean, it's still like late
Yeah, it's not
90s.
okay. It's not okay that he left the daughter.
That was not fair because he
Yeah,
knows how she
he basically, what I think, this is my
was.
opinion. I don't want this to be used against me anywhere, but I think what that second husband did was pretty wrong because he basically pushed the daughter into this life.
Yeah, I know.
She would have
And
she would have done a lot
yeah,
better
if she would with that person.
yeah.
This thing surprises me that that person is an army officer and he couldn't know how what kind of person she is.
Yeah, but I think they were pretty deceiving also because they got people to trust them when they were stealing also.
Hmm. I mean, I'm saying if it's a normal person, I get it. But this person is an army officer. He's
Yeah, he
trained
was
for
pretty,
this shit.
yeah. But I feel specifically bad for
The
Seema, so
the
the
daughter,
younger
right?
daughter. Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
pretty bad for her because even after the father left, they
Mm-hmm.
three of them kept continued their whole stealing, burglary, pickpocketing, all those normal small little crimes.
But how
And
did they turn
but
into killing?
but more most of the time, since Seema was still a kid, people trust kids.
Mm-hmm.
They use Seema as a bait.
Oh, so she used the kids
Yeah,
pretty much.
she especially used Seema as a bait.
You never know about. She could have used Renuka too.
No, because one what I read, she used the younger daughter as bait. And
I mean,
Seema is the younger.
she's pretty young, right? But
Hmm.
imagine when Renuka was in that age, she would have
Yeah,
used her.
she probably did that.
She probably would have done that. But that's
Yeah,
so
but
weird.
but they still ended up getting married. So the younger one didn't get married. The older one ended up getting married. Renuka got married in 1989
Mm-hmm.
to Kiran
Which,
Shinde,
mm-hmm.
and he was a tailor in Pune.
Okay, okay, pretty
Yeah, so their
much.
early life, I think the mother was pretty messed up. But if the kids had a different upbringing, especially Seema, if her father had taken her instead of
Mm-hmm.
abandoning her, I think Seema would have turned
True,
out pretty okay. And I'm pretty sure
true.
Renuka also would have
She
turned
wouldn't
out,
have been
yeah,
a serial killer for sure.
yeah, she wouldn't have been, they wouldn't have been any like kidnapping or murder charges on them.
True.
They would have
They
a
would
pretty
have,
normal life.
I know. See how
Yeah,
mistakes turn out to be.
but like until then, until 1890, 1818, 1989. Oh god, they were. I am so, it's so many numbers.
No, 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 no. I do that sometimes. I
No,
blank
because
out.
I'm
I'm
trying to
like,
remember the dates and it's very confusing. And so in 1989, after she married Kiran Shinde, for a year things were pretty normal for them. In
mm-hmm.
1990, they did a theft attempt near a temple in Pune, but Renika got caught.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but she managed to free herself by using her son, who was a toddler at that time.
I don't get it. These people are mothers themselves and they killed
Yeah, but
people.
you know the most horrible thing is her defense to get away from being charged with stealing is
Mm-hmm.
she stated
Mm-hmm.
arguing like she argued that a mother with a small child cannot steal.
She used her son.
She
Basically, she threw him under the bus.
yeah, she basically just used her son. First of all, it was wrong for her to take her son when she knows that she's going to go and steal. She's exposing her
Mm,
son to a very bad environment.
true. And also, she had gone through this. Why would she want her son to do that
I
too?
think because
Like,
that's her upbringing. That is what she was taught. So
I
now
mean,
even
if you
she's doing the same thing to her son. So like that's she's thinking that that is the right way to raise her kid. because that's how her mom raised her.
Don't you think like if you do if your parents did some mistake or whatever with you, you wouldn't repeat that to your son.
I
You
mean, yeah,
get my point?
obviously we'd think that, like, we don't want to repeat our parents' mistake, but I don't think she was ever aware that this is a mistake
Mm,
because that's what she was used to. She was used to her mom using her as a bait or
a babe
excuse. Yeah, so she thought that was. I think she thought that was normal, and she was
used him.
yeah, but she wasn't caught by police though. It was the crowd that caught her.
Oh, so
Yeah,
she was never caught until like
yeah,
the final one, obviously. But
but
what
because
happened to
so
the husband though?
I don't think the husband was there. After the marriage incident, the husband's name isn't really mentioned anywhere. But
Okay.
after
That
that,
was
Renuka
you.
goes back and she tells her sister and her mother what happened and how she got away with it by telling that
Mm-hmm.
she can't steal with a small child and all that. And
Mm-hmm.
because she did that, the mother and Seema decided that they could use little children as bait and conduct their thefts and everything.
Boy, not
Yeah.
fair. But I don't
So
think so. She was the reason in first place because every single time she used them as a bait, so it was continuing from ages.
yeah, but she never really. But she told Renuka was like, I got away with it and everything.
But didn't the mother got away with
But she had a
Renuka
lot
as
of she had a lot of conflicts with police, ne?
oh, okay.
Yeah, so
That's this whole case is so weird. The murder motive is like for the petty thefts, and
yeah,
it's really weird.
and worst part, so they started this whole thing span from 1990 to 1996. So
That's pretty long.
within 6 years time, they had kidnapped an estimated number of 40 children. Most of them,
40?
yeah, 40.
I'm flabbergasted.
Yeah, all of them in crowded places like temples, malls, and all that. And
Imagine all
so
of
they didn't
them
stay in
going
Pune. They didn't stay back in Pune. These 40 children were kidnapped in a span of different places like Pune, Thane, Kalyan, Kolhapur, and Nashik.
so they travel all the way in Maharashtra.
Yeah,
Do you know that certain people, there's certain cases that a person traveled every state so that he gets away with the murder,
yeah,
thefts, um,
yeah. There are
and
certain cases like that.
yeah, they just go to. I don't. I wonder why. Like, if you're searching for that person, are you like searching in a state, or are you going through every
I mean, I
parts?
don't think unless they have a clue that this person left the state, and I don't think the police, like, the police, they can't leave their district, like, they can't leave their designated
True,
areas.
but they can
So,
put
like,
their most
for
wanted
us, our
pictures, right?
Telangana police can't search outside of Telangana. So they have to
True, but
contact a different area police and be like, okay, this guy is on the loose. We need you to talk to them. We need you to search for them. And if you find them, send them back here.
which is like a huge as process for sure. I wish
Yeah.
this gets easier in the future so that things you
Yeah.
know
So the world would be a little bit safer.
yeah, it will be safer for everyone because it will be so easier for that person to escape like just after that is done. Until the police reach the crime scene, I think that person has escaped
Definitely.
for real. That person
So
will be going to somewhere else.
these three, they kidnapped over 40 children,
Oh boy, okay.
But they were only charged for kidnapping 13, all under the
What?
age of
How
5.
come?
All under the age of
How
5 years.
really?
Yeah, all the kids, all 13 kids were under the age of 5, and they murdered about 10 kids.
How would they do that? Why would they do that? That's
I don't
so
know.
little. That's so brutal. It's not fair. Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, the remaining is just 9 minutes, so
Yeah.
yeah, we can do it.
So they were only charged for 13 kidnaps and 10 murders. So I know I
Oh.
said they only murdered 5 kids in the beginning, but
Mm-hmm.
as I was reading, it
Mm-hmm.
it verified that their whole killing and kidnapping was estimated of 40 or more children, where they were charged for 13. Yeah, they've kidnapped over 40 children. They
How
were
come they
charged
didn't catch these people?
they were charged for 13 children under the age of 5 and
Mhm.
murder of 10 children.
Murder of 10
Yeah.
over a span of 6 years?
Yeah.
Why did they murder?
I'm not sure about that, but a lot of
The
missing case
police report should
reports,
have their
a lot of missing children reports were filed, and there were a lot of unreported kidnapping.
unreported.
Yeah.
Who would not
So,
report it?
so the thing is, remember Kiran Shinde, Renuka's husband? He
Mhm.
was basically in on everything. He knew about everything. He understood what was happening, and he was the one that drove the getaway car for everything.
Really? The Taylor guy.
Yeah, he was the one that drove the getaway car. So even he got arrested, but he got released after a while.
That's so weird that he's supporting. But why would they like leave this person? Isn't he involved indirectly or directly? I'm not blaming him, but
No, he was
he was
arrested,
involved.
but like his sentence was a little shorter.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
In after everything they did in October of 1996, so 6 years
Mhm.
after they started all this, the police complaint was filed in Nashik against the three people by a person whose name I'm not sure I should mention, but it was mentioned online.
Mm-hmm.
And so this person who reported them to the police was actually the second wife of Anjana Bai's former husband.
Oh,
Yeah. Because
okay.
they had apparently kidnapped their 9-year-old kid.
For a grudge, revenge,
Yeah, so
or
it was alleged that they kidnapped their 9-year-old kid named Kranti.
oh.
Yeah.
So this was like merely. Did they kill him?
But unfortunately, yeah, the child was killed and the body was dumped in a sugarcane field at Narsoba near Pune.
That's so weird. Just for
It's
revenge.
so upsetting.
It's so.
It's very upsetting to have to. I don't know what the
How would
parents
they
must
do?
have went through, but it is very upsetting. And then on November 19th, the police arrested the three people and obviously the husband, and
Mm-hmm.
they were tried for kidnapping and murder. So mainly they were tried for kidnapping and murder of the daughter so of Kranti, but they weren't convicted for that.
How not? Why not? Did they
They
not
weren't.
find evidences?
No, but I'm not sure why they weren't convicted, but they were not convicted, but they were charged for her kidnapping and murder. But there was like other cases also against these people, so the trial was supposed to be held, but it kept delaying. So
Why?
2 years after the arrest, just before the trial was about to begin, the mother Anjana Bai, she got sick and ended up passing away.
So the two girls are suffering in the jail now.
Yeah, both of them were arrested, they were convicted and everything. That, if I'm not wrong, they're still in jail.
Still? Okay. They
I
should
think
be.
I think so.
What do
I'm
you?
not I'm not
But the whole
really.
culprit was her mom.
Yeah.
For me, at least, I think it's her
Yeah, I
mom.
think they would have had a normal childhood if the fathers were around for them. But the mom,
And
she was a gone case.
It's a good break, but is she
The
too
mom is
strict
a
too?
I
gone
think she's
case.
been through a lot, and you know. But then that doesn't justify your crime.
Yeah, but the sisters were ultimately charged for the 13 kidnappings and the 10 murders. And on 29th June of 2001, the court found the sisters guilty of all kidnappings but only of 6 murders. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, I was saying that they lacked evidence for 4 of the murder cases, so they were only arrested for 6 of them instead of all 10, but they were found guilty for all 13 kidnappings.
Okay. 13 or 40.
So they were only charged for 13 kidnappings, but they apparently kidnapped over 40 children.
How do they know the stats like that?
I am not sure about that, but according to what I read, they kidnapped over 40 children, and even kidnapping one
One-
kid is
I know.
it's just
But then
horrible.
I don't understand how the 40 dropped to 13.
They found evidence for the 13 kids.
Okay, 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 okay. They got tried, but the on record, on police record, it's like 40.
Yeah,
Okay, got you. Now it makes sense.
yeah. So then the Bombay High Court upheld the conviction in its ruling on 9th September of 2004.
Okay. Oh, 9 September 2004, the year I was born. Anyways, so much. There are many cases that happened in 2004.
Yeah, I think I've read a lot of cases. I have watched a lot of videos where a lot of cases took place within the early 2000s and late
Right?
90s.
True. 2005, 2004, 2003. Like
Yeah, a lot
so
of them
many things.
take place. Yeah, a lot of them took place within that span, late 90s to early 2000s. And it's upsetting.
Why?
I'm not gonna lie, it's very upsetting to have to know that even one kid being kidnapped is horrible to hear about
It's
because
like
I remember.
imagine what the parents went through.
Yeah,
Imagine that. Imagine the innocent soul that who knows nothing about this, like
yeah, and
anything.
imagine what the kids must have been through because we still don't know what the kids went through, the trauma they must have faced. All of these kids are below the age of 5 or 10. Like they're
They
below
haven't
below the
even
age of
seen
10.
the world.
Yeah, and it's just wrong that They weren't allowed to experience what life is. And the amount of, even the ones, the three that weren't killed, imagine the amount of trauma, the amount of like pain they must have felt during that time where they were away from their family and all that. It's just, it's horrible to even think about.
It's like very upsetting.
It's very, very upsetting, yeah.
Being girl stuff, literally. Their mothers themselves, how could they do that? I still can't get my head over that.
Yeah, the
It's
fact that
kind
they
of annoying.
used their own kids.
Oh, that's one more thing. I don't know. They
Yeah,
have to be charged
but
with many.
they were, the world was able to say goodbye to these two because in August of 2006, on 31st August of 2006, the Supreme Court
Mhm.
had handed down the death sentence to them. So they were
That's,
able to,
yeah, they got punishment for
yeah, they
what they
were
have.
able to, like, they didn't have to, the world doesn't have to suffer with those type of people anymore. So,
But if you think about it, like I've read this somewhere, if you like, I understand death sentences, death penalty are the things that is extreme, but then it has to be done so that the criminals stop doing it, the other people, more than what the actual person is. But don't you think the death penalties are wrong in general?
no, I personally don't think death penalty is wrong.
Would-
See,
I mean,
because if the person deserves the death penalty, then it is perfectly
I mean,
fine. But if it's like for someone who is innocent and the court was not able to see that innocence and they just charge them with the death penalty, that is wrong.
yeah,
But for
I
the
get
people who
it.
are not innocent, like these two weren't innocent. These two weren't innocent. So obviously these two deserved the death penalty.
True. Wasn't it like, like what I think is that a person is not born or like wrong, right?
Yeah, everyone
The
has good
environment.
and bad. Everyone has good and bad,
Yeah,
but these two chose to be bad. They had a chance to
true.
change. They didn't change.
But then the environment they grown through,
Yeah,
like
but
imagine the father,
at
like
least after
the
marriage,
mom.
after Renuka got married, she could have not
Mhm.
used her son. She could have not put
True,
herself through all that, and then maybe things would have been better for them. But
that
no,
is true.
instead she decided to put her son through that. She used her husband to drive a getaway car.
True. Even that husband doesn't seem a good person at all, obviously.
You know, these two, they even had the audacity of submitting a mercy petition. Like
Really?
they, yeah,
Oof, oh, how?
it was rejected. So Seema submitted hers on 10th October of 2008, and
Mhm.
a year later, Renuka submitted her mercy plea. Both were rejected though.
I mean, obviously,
I'll do my
they
best.
did like more than 13 kidnaps, 6 murders, that two on trial, which were proved. Imagine how many they would have done without, without the evidence or whatever. I think they kind of like it's wrong that they did that, but then you can't. I don't know. It's weird. The whole case is weird. I don't know what to say. I think the mother's mental health was pretty fucked up. and then she fucked up her children's future,
Yeah,
right?
I think she messed up her kids because of the past that she had. There's not much on the
Mhm.
past of the mother other than her both her husbands not being around and all that.
But I don't see the fault of the second one. But I do feel he did the second husband did wrong with his daughter.
Yeah, he should have taken
Not
Seema. He should have taken Seema with him.
true. I- If you ask me, he left her. I get it. I totally get it. Obviously, you wouldn't want to stay with somebody who's like doing all this shit. But then, what did the daughter do?
Exactly. But anyways, that was the case of Seema Gavit and Renuka Shinde, and I hope that the families that suffered through all of this, that they are okay. And I know it's a case from a very long time ago, but I'm sure losing your kid is not a very good experience, and
Sure.
it's probably still very painful for them. And the kids who
Imagine they
did
would
survive,
have
they're
been
probably
around.
still suffering.
They didn't even see the world.
Yeah. But anyways, that was today's case, and it was our first ever case which we talked about. And if you guys have any other cases which you think would be fun to discuss, to
Yeah,
talk about, or hear about, let us know in the comments below. And make sure you guys subscribe and turn on those post notifications. Like the video and share it to everyone who you think should watch this or you think would enjoy this, because I personally really like watching these type of videos. So make sure you guys share it to everyone you know. Just hit that like button and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. I love you all. Bye.
yeah, bye.